Hello everyone and welcome to Encounters USA. Today's a very special day because today marks the 5-year anniversary of me going into my tent in the Cascade Mountains and finding a mysterious pool of blood that was about this big. And since I immediately checked myself and found that I was not bleeding, I immediately thought that somebody was bleeding or somebody was trying to play a prank on me. Since there was nobody at the camp except for myself and Russian researcher Igor Burtsev, I immediately confronted him and asked him who put that blood in the tent. And immediately he denied having any knowledge of the blood, having anything to do with it. And so that left me on a 5-year quest to try to find out what put that blood there. And as we go over the quest that I've been on, which involves Cascade Bigfoot, Blood Mystery, Cascade Bigfoot, Blood Mystery 2, Chewelah Triangle, Cascade Bigfoot, Blood Mystery 3, Remote Viewed, and finally Cascade Bigfoot, Blood Mystery 4, Blood Trails, we see that I did everything I could to solve this mystery to find out who put the blood there and why. And unfortunately, we could not get actual science to test the blood to give us any kind of confirmation or any idea of what that blood was. That left us with the non-conventional means, which goes into Cascade Bigfoot 2, Cascade Bigfoot Blood Mystery 3, and 4. And so using unconventional means, meaning remote viewers and people who do psychic readings professionally, I found out that there was some really interesting aspects to how that blood got there, why it was put there, and who put it there. So with that being said, I just want to take you over the process and show you a little bit, if you haven't seen the Cascade Bigfoot Blood Mystery series, a little bit of a refresher of what actually happened there and why I believe it is so important. 5 years ago today, something happened that I still cannot fully explain. In June of 2021, Russian Bigfoot researcher Igor Burtsev and I were deep in the northern Cascade Mountains. We weren't out wandering around. We were standing right next to our tent at the time, eating breakfast, talking about the day's events, when suddenly blood appeared on the floor inside my tent. And it wasn't just a little blood. It was enough to notice. It was enough to stop everything. And the craziest part? We were standing right there next to the tent the whole time. There's no way anybody could have entered that tent without us hearing, seeing, or knowing they were there. Now, I'm not some wide-eyed kid who just got into this stuff. Nope. I'm a U.S. Army veteran of the United States 82nd Airborne Division. I've spent years in the field doing investigations for Bigfoot, aliens, and Dogman. I've seen some strange things, but this one has bothered me more than most because I can't explain it. I can't blame it on an injury. Initially, I thought it was a huge mosquito bite that I had scratched, or that somehow I had been injured and I didn't even know it. But I couldn't blame it on an injury or a mosquito bite. I couldn't blame it on an animal getting inside, because that just wouldn't have been possible. I couldn't blame it on us being gone and something happening while we were away, because we were standing right there. And the fact has stayed with me for 5 years as I have continued to seek solutions to the Cascade Bigfoot Blood Mystery. So I did what I always do when something doesn't make sense. I asked questions, and I went looking for the answers. I used conventional methods first. I documented everything. I preserved the samples. I reached out to labs including the University of California Davis Veterinary Lab. Most of them either weren't interested or wouldn't properly examine the blood. Then I went unconventional. I contacted remote viewers, some of the best in the field. Multiple independent viewers came back with the same information. Multiple Bigfoot were present, and so were aliens. I also worked with a professional psychic who saw the same thing. Different people, different methods, same conclusion. But I didn't just sit with the evidence and move on. I went back to the location. I set up camp in the same spot. I did the same things we were doing that weekend, trying to see if whatever happened would happen again. I wanted a repeat. I wanted more data. I wanted to understand who left that blood in my tent and why. Nothing like that blood incident happened again, but the activity in the area never really stopped, and the questions only get bigger. Here's the part that really gets me. I've now spent 5 years digging into this. I've used every tool I could think of. Military discipline, documentation, remote viewing, psychics, expensive equipment, cameras, FLIR, night vision devices, trail cameras, and returning to the site, producing an entirely documentary about it. And yet, in all that time, with all the people who claim to be serious about Bigfoot and Bigfoot research, I have almost never been asked to speak about this experience, the only exception being Todd Neese, who asked me to speak at Beachfoot 2025. But really, that was just because his speakers had not showed up. And although Todd is the associate producer on my Cascade Bigfoot Blood Mystery documentaries, he's the only one who has ever shown any real interest in this experience and in these documentaries. No conferences, no Bigfoot shows, not the people who say they want to solve these mysteries. It's strange to me, because if this had happened to almost anyone else in this field, it would be talked about constantly. But for whatever reason, this one has stayed really quiet. And so, here we are, 5 years later. I still don't have all the answers, but I do know this. Something happened in that tent while we were standing right there. Remote viewers and a psychic both pointed to the same thing, Bigfoot and alien activity. And despite all the evidence and all the work, most of the community has chosen to look the other way. Okay, so that is the basically where we are now. We are sitting with samples of blood that people do not seem to want to test, and I certainly would like to get it tested, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on people that are not interested in actually coming to any truthful conclusion. And so we are sitting on the pool of blood, and we still have not been invited to talk about it at any event except for Todd Neese's Beachfoot in 2024. And besides that, nobody in the scientific or the Bigfoot world has shown any interest in what appears to be the only actual evidence by Bigfoot left by Bigfoot, according to remote viewers. And so why this is such what they would call in the Middle Ages an anathema to the Bigfoot world and the scientific world, I don't understand, except that I can only come to the conclusion that they really are not interested in finding the real answers to who or what Bigfoot is. And people are just really more interested in a revenue stream, claiming Bigfoot is there and then selling some t-shirts and sweatshirts. And before I forget, let me remind you, go to Encounters USA and check out our website, where you're going to find some of the best merch, Bigfoot merch you're ever going to see. So I'm Matthew Hines for Encounters USA, 5 years into the Cascade Bigfoot Blood Mystery. And I'll remind you now, as I remind you every time, if you're out looking for the paranormal, like aliens, like Bigfoot or Dogman, remember, always watch
your back.